For those of you who remember, I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. And last week, Ashley put on a very nice PowerPoint presentation, but she had 3 initial slides. And she went very quickly through the slides. And as she's going through the slides, I'm thinking to myself, man, there's so much information in these slides as to how to own and operate a multifamily property that we need to go back and revisit these slides. So I took Ashley's first slide. It had more than 20 points on it. I created a little PowerPoint presentation that we're going to go through in just a moment. But here's how we're going to go through it. I've asked a couple of the owner forum members who are owner operators. A couple of them haven't even seen Ashley's presentation from last week. I asked them to be on tonight's call as a panelist, so that what we're going to do is I'm going to put up the first slide on one of the topics that Ashley had picked out. And then as owner operators, we're going to go through each one of these slides and just talk about what they do for their properties, what they've done in the past, what's worked, what hasn't worked in the past. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to unmute Ashley. I'm going to unmute Dave Barker. I'm going to unmute Doug Benson, and I'm going to unmute Jason Stubblefield. Here we go. How to transition to ownership. And that's really what a lot of the stuff that Ashley was talking about. So here's the first bullet point that Ashley talked about. And I want to get everybody's take on this. Number 4. Okay, this was an interesting one because this is key. They got all right, so housing authority or apartment association, but let's talk mostly on housing authority. Now, here's the thing, guys. What we're talking about is prior to ownership, you've been looking at that rent roll. You've been going through it. And, if it's a Yardi rent roll, there's that column that says rent subsidy. And whenever you see that rent subsidy column with numbers in it, you're dealing with a rental assist unit or a voucher or some form of government assistance. So those units, you have to contact that housing authority so that when you take it over, there's no delay in the payments. The money is still not going into the old owner's account. And that's happened quite a bit. So Ashley, how do you handle that?
Well, I think that it's important prior to ownership to even go. We have our property management team go to the housing authority and apartment association just to let them be aware of the fact that you're transferring ownership and the date of transfer, and also to the new process as to the collection, and also understanding when that they will be submitting the checks to the property, and how that whole process will work. Case in point is most of the time when you close on a property, you're going to prepay 2 months most of the time of your mortgage payments. But let's say, for example, that you didn't do that for some reason, the bank didn't require that. If you have a property that has a lot of subsidized renters and you are relying on those checks, and those checks don't come in until the 15th or later in the month, and your mortgage payment is due on the 8th, this is going to be a huge cash management issue that you're going to have to try to rectify. So there are a lot of reasons that this should be one of your top priorities, going and ensuring you understand the process, and they're also aware of your ownership. Not only that, once you do close, go back and confirm again, because it could get lost in the shuffle. And you really, to your point, Charles, about not wanting those checks to go to the prior ownership, we're in a situation where part of that did happen. So we're now chasing back, trying to chase this money, even though we told them in advance. We followed up with them already on 3 occasions. So, and it still happened. So it's really important. You cannot over communicate this enough with these groups.
It's crazy. So Jason, how about you?
Yeah, fortunately, I haven't had any issues with this. It's been basically just notifying them and then having them transfer the payments over.
Oh, he's such a babe in the woods when it comes to apartment ownership, Jason. Yeah, because I'm sure Dave's got a nasty story. Go ahead, Dave.
Actually, Charlie, I really don't. I haven't had many issues with that either. I don't have a lot of units that are subsidized.
Yeah.
And the few that I have, it's been real smooth.
I tell you, you really do need to do. If you have any of those people showing up on the rental subsidy column of your rent roll, go to that housing authority and introduce yourself and get to know them, because they're sending you a big check every month, and you got to make sure you get that correct. So, all right. Another this thing about the apartment association, I'll tell you, the apartment association is good. Good to be a member of and to find out what's going on in the marketplace. But I found some great property managers through the apartment association. You become a friend of the president of the apartment association, and she'll tell you, hey, I need to hire a new property manager. Oh, this person's fantastic. Give her a call. That's how I get some great employees through the apartment association. Okay.
They also know a lot of construction people too. They know a lot of people in the multifamily space. So that's a good resource. And they also are a good resource on other programs too, that you can put initiatives in for tax benefits or for other, incentives on your multifamily property.
Yeah.